Yo, what's up, man? I still can't believe the Bucks are Super Bowl champs. I mean, I'm gonna bring Andy on in about. Hold on, Andy, give me 1 second. I mean, look, when we got Tom Brady, look, Tom Brady had been to 9 Super Bowls out of his 19 years. With the Patriots. Then he comes to the Bucks, his 10th year. Well, no, he goes to his 10th Super Bowl. Hey, when people said, hey, when the Bucks were 7-5, they didn't think, and then we won seven straight, well, four straight to end the regular season. Beat the Washington football team. That game couldn't have gone either way. Beat the Saints. That game could have gone either way. The Packers game that made me nervous. And then the Super Bowl. So I'm gonna bring Andy on. Um, Hang on. Hold on. I'm trying to get more people in here.
Hello.
Yo, Andy, what's up, man?
Hello. My camera's off because I'm tired. But
Um,
I
I know you're fine.
believe we are Super Bowl champs. Can you believe it? I believe it.
Yeah, I can't believe it, man.
Well, I knew we were going to be good this year. You know what? But with no off season and all that, it was going to be a tough road. But I think they after that first Kansas City game, they kind of Tony Romo said it. Remember, after that game, he's like these two teams are going to be meeting here again in the Super Bowl. And I said,
Yeah, Bucks and
maybe.
Chiefs. Yep.
Possible. I was like, that's possible, but I don't think so. But after the bye week, man, they came out, they beat the Vikings, and then they had that great comeback in Atlanta. I
Yep.
don't know. After that, I started believing it. After that Atlanta game, boy, they came back. I'm like, you know what? I think they might be able to do this.
Yep. Hopefully we can bring everyone back.
Well, as long as you bring back Shaq,
Shaq, Donovan,
God,
and David.
yeah, Levante, and then I think Gronk and Sue, I think will take team friendly deals. They'll
And
figure out
AB.
a
He'll take a $2 million deal or something like that. Unless someone offers him unless like Washington, or Baltimore. I don't think they're gonna offer him, 10, 12 million or more than that. So he'll take a
No, I think he's what 32 years old, so and he hadn't
he'll
played
be
in a while, so yeah, I
yeah,
don't think so. I mean, if they lose him, you can live with that. But those
yeah.
five that I mentioned, I want them all back. I think they'll get them all back.
We got Scotty,
So
he played pretty good, and we got Charles Johnson, who played pretty good.
I love what I saw out of Tyler Johnson. Honestly, man, I mean, they were lucky to get him in the fifth round, but no, he blocks well. He had that great catch against the Saints where he contorted his body on that
Yeah,
third and 11, huge
yep.
play. No, he's going to be fine. I mean, if you get AB back, that's great. If you don't, that's fine. I don't know if they'll keep. I don't think they'll keep Cam and OJ Howard. I don't think they'll keep all three of them. Probably not. You
Maybe
probably
breaking
need
your
some cap
structure.
space. He could. I think he's done it before. I really like OJ Howard. A lot of people don't. I like the guy. He's just had some tough breaks with injuries. He was off to a great start last year, though.
They
So
were
we'll
using him
see.
as a receiver because they had Gronk blocking. So and Gronk had some nice games. It took some games to get him acclimated in the pass game. But
Yeah, he was doing fine, and then he tore his ACL. He just got tackled down low, and I forgot
uh,
what the injury was.
he tore his
Something.
Achilles. He tore his Achilles. Yeah, like the fourth game. So he was having a good year.
He
They
was
were
off
using
to a
him as
great
a
start. He caught
receiver.
the Chargers game, right? He caught a
Yeah,
touchdown in that game earlier. I hope they
yeah.
can keep him. I hope they can keep. It's tough to keep three really good tight ends. That's expensive, but they can. Yeah, you're right. If Brady restructures, I think they can do it.
And you can clear some cap space. I know Mike Evans wants a new deal, so they can extend him 2 years, and then Brady maybe even if he doesn't play 2 more years, he can still extend, and then Donovan Smith I'm sure will restructure, maybe Jensen, even though they got 1 or 2 more years left on the contract.
Oh,
So,
Brady will definitely do that. I mean, the Saints could do that with Breeze, and he's retiring, so he can do the same thing.
yeah. But I mean, I don't know what happens if he decides to hang it up, and then we're stuck with that 25. You can use that on another defensive end or something like that.
I honestly don't know the salary cap well enough to understand all of it. I trust the people that get paid to do that to know what to do and do it correctly. But, oh, we got to see about Ryan Suckup. Do you how much money do you give him?
Well, Justin Tucker is one of the best. He makes about 4 million. They just re-signed Jason Sanders at about 3.5, so probably 2 or 3 million for a 1 year
I mean,
deal.
Sanders got a long-term deal, didn't he? Get 4 years or something?
4 years, 15 mil or something like that. That's about 3.5 mil a year.
I
Justin
would never
Tucker,
pay. I would never give a kicker that long-term a deal. I mean, well, if the money's fine, yeah, but I wouldn't do it. Kickers can go from great to lousy in 1 year really quick, so I'd be careful about that. I mean, if you can keep him, you'd love to keep him. He had a great year, but if it affects your ability to keep anyone else, I would just move on. But
yeah. I mean,
he's
Sue's getting older, but he played good this year. But
who?
Sue,
Oh, Sue is a key. He seems to be. He's got his ring now. I think he's going to take a very friendly deal, probably a 1 year deal. I don't know how many more years he's going to play, but no, man, he was a vital part. I didn't really like the signing when we signed him. I thought he was past his prime. I didn't really think he had much left in him. He proved me wrong.
yeah,
So no, you put him and Vita Vea in the middle there. That's man. That's you saw the difference when Vita came back. So those two guys in the middle crashing the pocket, you're not
yeah.
going to run us, and you're going to get a pass rush there. So
You can
yeah,
draft
I would.
Christian Barmore from Alabama. He's another young guy. So Sue's probably gonna if he signs a 1 year deal, he's probably gonna hang it up. He'll be 35 next year. So
Yeah, I think he'd like to take one more shot at it, but yeah, I don't see him signing long term. I don't. You're right. I think he probably will. Will this be
mm,
his 15th year? 15th? I don't know. I feel like it's
yeah,
been
and then I think
15.
I think Fournette might be gone.
Yeah, I don't expect Fournette to be back. You don't pay a running back like that big money, so I think he'll be gone. I think you'll see another running back get brought in, though. I think
Najee Harris or maybe James White on a team
James
friendly
White
deal.
makes James White's such a good receiver out of the backfield, and the Bucs, Brady loves to have that. And
Mhm.
I like Keyshawn Vaughn. I know a lot of people don't, but I think given some more reps, I think he's going to be
Yeah,
good. And
yeah. Maybe like a
he had
smaller Rojo.
yeah, that fumble against Washington, and then he didn't really play after that. But
Hmm.
the time you saw him, you can see he's got some talent. He had no offseason, man. It's tough for a running back to pick up an offense for a rookie running back.
Yeah.
So I like him. But yeah, James White's a guy I can't think of any other free agent running back besides him. He's the only one I can think of right now. Um, but I'm sure he'd love to come here. So
Is
that's
Doug Martin is Doug Martin still playing or is he out of the league?
I think he retired. I think
He
he
re-
retired.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah, I like Doug. I think yeah, he played with Vegas or Oakland, whatever it was. I think he had one last. His last year was 2 years. I think 2 years. I don't think he was in the league this last year. I think this was it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think he's done. So James White and oh God, I can't. Who's the other one? I can't think of the name, Eric. It's gonna drive me crazy. There's a couple former Pats running backs that are probably available that Brady would like to have here, and I'm sure
Oh,
he'll
Blunt
get one of them.
retired. Blunt retired.
LeGarrette Blunt did retire. Yeah, all these former Bucks running backs are retiring. Him, Doug Martin. Yeah,
Charles
it's
Sims
been
is
a
still playing
while.
or no?
I think he retired too. I think
What?
he's done. I haven't heard that,
Yeah.
and that name is. I don't remember if he even went anywhere else. He went after the Bucks. I have no idea. That
Jeremy
was.
McNichols is in the Tennessee organization, I think.
Yeah, he's doing okay. He's made the roster. He's doing all right, but I don't think Charles Sims is around anymore. Amazingly, he was only drafted 5 years ago, wasn't it? 6 years
Yeah,
ago, and he's out of the
yeah.
league.
I'm still sad that the week after we win the Super Bowl that I'm at work and I'm like, please tell me this isn't true. I'm like, Mitch Jackson passed away. I'm like, come on, man. Like a week after, I'm like,
Yeah, I'm still not really. It's still tough. It's a very tough pill to swallow, man. He's a great person. He was a great receiver. I just saw him at a Lightning game, not last was it last year? I don't remember. I just saw him. He owned a restaurant. He owned Cask Social, is a great
Yeah,
place.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I know they're they. I know this is the Bucks title broadcast, but I heard they're gonna allow fans maybe in as early as March. Have you heard
I
anything?
hope so. I haven't heard anything. That's what they're aiming towards. Yeah, they're aiming towards that. So I hope so. I
I heard
really
the
want to be there.
Predators or something like that are now like 10% fans, so that's like what 1,000 fans or 2,000 or something like that. So that's not much, but
2000. It's better than nothing. The Panthers have been allowing people. So
oh
yeah, the Florida Panthers can allow people. So can the Lightning. But I think yeah, they're allowing friends and family now. I heard March is what they're looking for as well. There's still about 40 games left, so like 20
yeah,
home games.
yeah.
Yeah, they'll have people there. But yeah, I saw him. He seemed enthusiastic. He was around. I just it hit me like a ton of bricks, man. It really did.
Yeah, I was about to go
You know.
back into work. I'm like, really? Like this has to hit now? I'm like, come on.
Yeah, I was working and I saw it and I was checking, just Twitter, and all of a sudden I see Vincent Jackson trending, and I thought, why? And then I found out he's dead. I was like, man, that can't be. He's 38. He's barely older than me.
I think
Scary.
if we don't hear something by like mid March, then it's probably an overdose.
I think that's probably what it is, but it's CTE related. I heard that he's going to let them look at his brain, I think, for
Yeah,
CTE.
he donated his brain to um the research, I guess, for CTE.
I'm sure he had it. Most of them do, especially it seems like, well, any position, but most of these players have it. And the NFL doesn't really do a very good job of taking care of them, unfortunately, after they
I met
retire.
him. I met him at an arena football game like 8 years ago, and then I saw him at training camp. He signed my hat like 20. I want to say 2014, 2015.
Yeah, I met him at a Lightning game. He's a great person. He's a great guy. He's so friendly. He was so
Yeah,
friendly.
but I don't know why he was staying at a Suites hotel in Brandon, away from his family. That was kind of suspicious.
Well, I think he was obviously having some personal issues he was
Yeah,
dealing with, and uh, yeah, I mean that's definitely. I wouldn't, it's hard to figure why. There must have been, things going on. He just wasn't well. Nobody knew it. You never do know it, but this type of thing happens. It's just remember Gaines Adams died when he was 24 of a natural causes, they said.
mm.
24, I think he was. He had a
He
heart
died.
attack.
So he died in his sleep.
Yeah, he had a They said I think he had a heart attack in his sleep. Yeah, he had a heart attack and just died in his sleep. Yep. Or
Mm.
something like that. He'd had an enlarged heart. The Bucks obviously didn't know about it when they drafted him. I don't know if anybody knew, but
Yeah,
24 years old, I think he was. Yeah, that was rough too, man. I'll tell you.
I'm 26.
You're 26. Yeah, it's scary. It's someone that at that age just have a heart
You're
attack. But
you're 29, right? 30.
I'm older than that, Eric. I'm 37. I
Oh,
just
okay.
look young.
Oh,
I just met.
you're Vince Jackson's age. That's crazy.
I was a year younger than him. Yeah. No,
Mm.
I just somehow I look young for whatever reason, but no, I am 37. So yeah, he was only a year older than me.
Do you think they'll approve of a Vincent Jackson patch? They did that when Glazer passed away. They had the MGK or Malcolm Glazer M, MG patch on their jerseys.
I do. I think they'll all wear an
Ring of Honor
83 patch.
maybe.
I could see him in the Ring of Honor. I mean, if you look at the Bucks receiving records, he's up there with Bob Evans has most of all of them now, but I think
Yeah.
Vincent has a lot of the receiving records. A lot of Vincent
Hmm.
Jackson, Kevin House, who I met a couple years ago, he's a great guy, incidentally. Played
He
before I
lives in
was
the
born.
area, right?
Kevin House, he still lives here, yeah. Well, he
Okay.
played in the. Well, I was too old. I was like four years old when he was playing.
Oh yeah,
But
that was way. No, I'm too young.
But yeah, if you look at the if you're gonna think about the top five wide receivers in Bucks history, obviously Evans is
Garver's
at
up
the
there, right?
Godwin.
Gr-
Who?
Garver, Kevin Garver.
Kevin Garver. Do you mean Mark Carrier?
I don't know if there's a
Mark
Garver
Carrier.
or maybe. Yeah, I know. I don't know. I know Carrier was pretty up there too. He's like top 10, top five.
Mark
Um,
Carrier, Kevin House, Joey Galloway has a lot of had the touchdown record before Evans broke that a couple times. Godwin obviously is very young, but he's on his way. But Vjax has a lot of them, and he had some incredible years here, and yeah, I think you do put him in the Ring of Honor, and I think you'll see them wearing a patch with his 83 on it.
I think
Uh,
everywhere I
Absolutely.
think they're gonna slap Godwin with the tag. You agree with that?
I know they want to do a long-term deal, but you can still, you can put up you can slap him with the tag and still
Yeah,
negotiate for a
yeah.
long-term deal
July
after tagging
13th.
him.
Yeah, and then pay
Or
Shaq.
right, or you play him 1 year on the tag, and then next year when you have some more caps, you might have some more
Yep.
cap space. You can
Hmm.
maybe do an extension.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I think if to use the tag, they will. Obviously, they'd like to get a long-term deal done. But yeah, he's not leaving the building. He's not in a hit free age. I don't see him. He's not hitting the open market. They'll
Yeah.
lock him up one
The
time
only
before that.
person that someone was afraid of was Shaq, but they're not gonna let Shaq walk. I was hoping to get long term deal done last year, and then like July 15th, you have to wait until the following offseason. So hopefully they're talking right now.
I know they wanted to. Yeah, they tried, but yeah, I mean
That's
that's
the
it's. I mean, I would say he's the most likely to walk, but I don't think he's gonna walk. I think they will find a way to
Shaq.
keep him. Yeah, I think they'll find a way to keep him. You got to be creative about it, but
Well, because
teams.
Godwin, I think the first day to talk to other teams is like March 7th. So he's one of ours. So that's already an advantage. So they're gonna slap him on the tag, and then you would be like, hey, you're injured, this year, take the 1 year deal, then have a big year, and then hopefully get a long term deal done before July.
Right, I would agree with you on that. That's what they'll try to do. I mean, if you
And
can't,
Shaq,
you've got to keep the whole group together as much as possible. You can't keep
I wouldn't be
everybody.
mad. I wouldn't be mad if AB left. We still got Evans and Godwin. You're still That's one of the best duos in football. Then you got Scotty who came on, and then you got Tyler Johnson, um,
Yeah, and you'll
and
have Gronk back. You'll still have
yeah,
two.
and
You
then
might have OJ Howard,
OJ
like we
Howard. Yeah,
mentioned
OJ Howard is
earlier.
another receiver. He runs just
Yeah,
as fast as other receivers. Actually, he might be faster than. So yeah, it's a
he runs
mismatch.
very well. He's just
Yeah,
had a hard time staying healthy. So
and
yeah, I
Brake's
don't. I
fast
just
too.
great. I don't see AB back. I mean, just not because they don't want him back. I just don't think. I just think when you put all the numbers together, I just don't think he's a guy that they'll bring back. But yeah, you're right. I mean, I'm not worried at all. And if you add a pass catching running back, you know, like
Yeah,
James White, then you're good there too.
I think
So
Keyshawn Vaughn can be a good pass catching back. But the first year, especially with a rookie, it was tough.
that's why I think that's the main thing they liked about him. Yeah, he didn't get enough reps. No preseason games. I mean, you see rookie running backs. That's when they get. You need preseason games. They're boring, but you need them when you're a young guy. So yeah, I think you'll have Keyshawn Vaughn, you'll have Rojo, and you'll have a free agent signing.
How about
Just
not?
think running back, but I don't. I don't like drafting running backs high. I mean, take the best available guy, but I think they'll look for a pass rusher.
How about Najee Harris at 32
Well, I know that's if he's there. I know that's hard to pass up.
or
I know,
18?
or Etienne. Yeah, those I know. I'm not an expert when it comes to draft prospects, but I know both of those
No,
guys might
yeah.
be hard to pass up. So I mean, I don't expect Rojo to get a second contract. I don't think, and I like him. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think you usually pay a running back a second contract. It's expensive, so you look to.
What if he has a big year? They paid Doug $8 million a year. I think Rojo is. he has some traits like he's a one cut back. He was never gonna burn anyone, but he can he's maybe a full maybe a second year with Brady would do him good.
Oh, I think he'll be fine. Absolutely. I could see them picking a running back and knowing that they won't
Yeah.
keep Rojo after this
Mm.
season just because he's
Najee
going to get
Harris
it.
is like a faster Derrick Henry.
Yeah, and that's pretty. That's a great comparison right there. So I mean, if he's
Mhm.
there, that's the best available player on their board. Take him. Unless you want to trade back and let someone else take him if someone
Or a
offers you.
pass rusher because JPP is getting up there. So he'll be
Right.
33. He's gonna play
Yeah.
probably play another
You need
year.
to you need to figure that you're going to need to replace JPP or
Mhm.
Rojo or maybe even Sue. So yeah, I'm looking at. I'd be
Yeah.
surprised. I would think it would be one of those positions that they take. I would think.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not going to take a receiver, obviously.
No.
For
No.
example, you're not going to take. The only other thing I could see is would they dare, if a quarterback that they really like is there, would they take one and let him sit behind Brady? I mean,
I think they'll want
possible.
someone to help us this year. Not next year or the year after, like a
I
Mac
think so
Jones or a
too.
Kyle Trask.
I think, yeah, I think they're going to look for someone that, right. I don't think they're looking for a quarterback of the future in this draft, but uh, I mean, if you figure Brady has only one more year, I think he probably has two. I
Yeah,
don't think,
I wouldn't be surprised if Brady extends before training camp.
friend of mine who's a Patriots fan who's followed Brady his whole career says he doesn't think he's going to stop for says he thinks he's going to play another 2 years, and he's followed his
Yeah,
whole
and
career.
Evans I think has this year, next year. So he wants to up another year. That'll help out the cap. So that we have anywhere from 27 to 37. It could be as much as 40. You extend those two, you could have almost 70 million. Bring back, Fournette. I'll be sad for Fournette to go, but I think keeping Godwin, David, and Barry is more important. We can find another running back. Najee Harris is like a bigger, faster Leonard Fournette, and he can catch the ball. Leonard Fournette has some problems catching the ball. So did Rojo, but I think
It's
Keyshawn
far
Vaughn.
more important. Oh yeah, it's far more important,
Yeah,
to a running back. Yeah, I mean those the
ATN
big
ATN is going to be good. He's like
the
a
Chiefs, the Chiefs picked Edwards-Helaire, who's a great
yeah.
player, but did they really need him to get to the Super Bowl, or did they
Damian
need?
Williams opted out, so they needed a running back, and Le'Veon Bell was a late was a
Oh right, right, I
yeah.
forgot. Only reason I say that is because they probably would have benefited more from defensive line or offensive line help. But hey, he's a heck of a player. There's no doubt. They picked the best
Uh,
available player as a running back.
yep.
Yes,
But yeah.
but
Hopefully the Rays have a big year. I know, I'm hoping they have us pegged at 86 wins. That's probably
we're
good
gonna
enough for a
win.
wild card. I think we can
We're
win
gonna
90
win more than
games.
that. We will win more than 86 games. They always pick us to win 86, and we always win more. We always, not
What
always,
do
but
you what do you think about the Chris Archer? I was saying I was like, hey, what if the Rays get Chris Archer back? And I think $6 million deal, which is not terrible.
I think it's a good deal. Here's the thing with baseball this year, you have starting pitchers, who usually would throw, say, 150 innings in a normal season. Last
Yeah,
year they what, 50? So now you've got to build them back up. Now that's
yeah,
hard to do. You figure you're going to get a lot of arm injuries. So what are the Rays
yeah,
doing? They're stockpiling pitchers. They know
yeah.
that. It's a
McHugh, Rich
smart
Hill,
strategy.
yeah.
Yeah, Colin
Honeywell,
McHugh, Rich
Honeywell
Hill,
can be really good. I think he can be better than Blake Snell.
Honeywell would
But
be great. And if he's had some horrible luck with injuries, if he can
yeah,
somehow get healthy, you hope to get Brendan McKay back. But that's why, Michael Waka is a typical Rays signing. So they're
uh,
loading up on guys who can give them innings because they know guys are
Shane
going to get. I mean, that's
Shane
I thought
Baz maybe in
bringing.
next year.
I love that they brought Chaz Rowe back. I thought that was a great move. Uh,
Hmm.
he was a key part of the bullpen before he got hurt.
Yep.
Same with Oliver Drake as well. Both of those guys were big parts of the bullpen. They just, they got injured. happens. He
Yep.
moved on from gosh. Alvarado moved on. They moved on from him. I liked Jose, but he's had all the injury issues, so they moved on. But yeah, you hope to get Cody Reed back. We never really got to see him last year. He got hurt so quickly. But yeah, arm injuries are going to hurt for every team's going to deal with them. So how do you deal with arm injuries? Get enough pitchers that can cover those innings when guys get hurt. And the Rays,
Yep.
that's why they're doing this. So
Uh-huh.
people want, why are they adding all these pitchers? That's the reason why. Yeah,
All right.
you're going to see them use a lot of pitchers.
I think Drake is gonna. They moved him to the 60-day, so I think he's gonna be back. I think Tompkins said that he was gonna be back middle of the year, probably June or something like that.
That makes sense. Yeah, he was hurt last year. So I wouldn't, yeah, that sounds about right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, mid-June. You're still going to have a very good bullpen. I don't know what role McHugh is going to have. He's started. He's
Long reliever,
relieved.
maybe.
Yeah, I mean, bulk guy. He's going to do.
Yeah.
I'm sure they have an idea. They're not going to tell us, but yeah, a guy like him, Rich Hill doesn't usually. Yeah, the Rays aren't a team that's going to have their. They're not going to have their starters throw a ton of innings anyway. And you're going to use all these different pitchers. What is the roster size? 26, right? You get
Yeah.
26-man roster, I
Yeah.
think.
Mm-hmm.
So a team usually carries usually at most 13 pitchers. The
Yeah.
Rays carry
Yeah.
14. I wouldn't be surprised.
5 or 6
They
in the
carry
bullpen,
14.
maybe even more.
More. They'll carry
Yeah.
more. Yeah, they're going to do that. They have
Yeah.
that. It makes sense. Do
I think
things a little different.
Glassman's gonna have a big year. He's due.
It'll be interesting to see how he handles the role. As now he's the number one guy. He's never been the number one guy really. It's always been Morton in the past couple of years. Snell's, the opening day starter. So yeah, I'll be interested to see how he handles that. But no,
Mm-hmm.
I knew when Snell and Morton they traded Snell, moved on from Morton that they weren't just going to add Michael Wacha and leave it at that. They were going to add more,
Yeah.
and I'm
Yeah.
excited to see what Patino has.
Yeah.
Probably not going to start the season here, but he'll be here at some point. I'm pretty sure of that. Probably maybe July, August at some point. They're going to have to use almost
Maybe
everybody.
before, maybe if there's injuries, he'll be up here sooner than that.
And there
We're
will
hoping they
be
can move.
injuries. There will
Yeah.
be injuries, unfortunately. That's why they've got so many pitchers. So, and Trevor Richards is still around. I'm not a huge fan of his, but I think he has
He
an
can be a
option
middle.
left.
I think he's better as a middle relief guy. If a guy when he goes 2-3 innings, he can get 2-3 innings, and then middle relief.
He reminds me of Austin Pruitt quite a bit, which is fine. When you need to call someone up from Durham to eat up a couple innings, if you got guys hurt, he'll do it,
Yeah.
and you send him back down. You keep bringing him back up and down. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that.
Yep. All right. I know you're tired, Andy. Anything else? This was like a Rays and Bucks talk, and a little bit of lightning.
Yeah,
When they're gonna allow
Lightning won
fans in.
tonight. That was a big
Yep.
win for the Bolts tonight. They broke a 2-game losing streak, so that was a big win for them. No, that's all I got for you, man. It was good chatting, and yeah, go Bucks. Can't wait for baseball to start. And yeah, I've been watching highlights, buying all kinds of stuff. It's hard to stop buying stuff, man. How
Yeah.
often do our teams win? Well, actually, this
Yeah.
year pretty often, but
Yeah. Besides
historically
the
not much.
Rays went to the World Series.
And they still went to the World Series, so
Yeah.
even the Rays, had
Can
a
they
had a
can they
year.
do that in a full season though?
Well, I mean, 2 years ago they nearly, they took the Astros to a fifth game in the first round of the
Yeah.
playoffs and lost. So
Yeah.
they were right there then, so they weren't far off already. So
Oh,
they took the next another step forward last year, and yeah, I think in the
yep.
full season, I mean, they won 96 games. That's hard to do. Now
Mm-hmm.
they know they can handle the Yankees. The division will be tough. Toronto's going to be better, but they were good last year too. They made the
Yeah.
extended
Springer.
playoffs.
They added another pitcher. Their lineup
Yeah,
will
I
be. Yeah.
know, but yeah, no, they'll be very good.
Red
The Yankees are the
Sox.
Yankees. The Red Sox, not great. The Orioles won't be good, of course, as you know. The Red Sox will be 500 at best, I'd say, at
Orioles.
best.
70 wins
They'll
maybe.
The Orioles will lose about 100 games, probably. That's what they're trying to do. So
Mm, yeah.
I could see that both. I honestly think we have a good chance to win the division. If not, the wild card doesn't.
Same thing at the Yankees pegged at 100 and the Jays at about an 89, 90. Last time I checked
100
Picada.
100 is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I'm not saying they can't win 100. I know they won it a few years ago. They did that a few years
Yeah,
ago, but
yeah.
100, I don't see it. Man, I'm not. That's just me speaking as a Yankee hater. I think 100 is a huge number to put
Dodgers
on a
won
team.
106 a couple years ago, right?
Yeah, but the Dodgers are another story, man. You look at that roster, the pitching, the whole lineup is just there's no holes in the Dodgers lineup. The Yankees are loaded with strike guys who just strike out a ton. Gary Sanchez is one of the most overrated players I've seen, and I'm not being
I like Aaron Judge. I like Aaron Judge. As
Aaron
long as he's
Judge
not
is a
facing
great
the Rays
guy.
and hitting home runs against them and doing damage.
Oh, Aaron Judge is a great guy. He's a heck of a player. He strikes out a ton though. LeMahieu's the guy I really had hoped they wouldn't bring back because he's their best all around hitter.
Yeah.
But no, I mean you can't
Well,
compare the Yankees
when you hit a lot of
and the
home runs,
Dodgers.
you're gonna strike out probably what
You're gonna strike out
25%
a
of the time, maybe a
right, and that's
third.
how their lineup is built. That's why they don't really scare me. The Rays know how to pitch them.
Mhm.
It's that's the Dodgers. I mean, we played all three. We played them. We played the Dodgers. We played Houston. You saw the difference between the at bats the Dodgers have in their lineup. There's just no easy outs. The Yankees, you know how to strike. Our pitchers know how to strike them out, get themselves out because they chase a lot. They got a lot of chasers, and so the Dodgers probably if the Dodgers are probably at 104. I'm guessing is that where they're at? Where do they have them at? More than 100,
Yeah,
right?
that sounds about right.
Yeah, I would probably put them if the Dodgers won 100 and like about 100. If the Dodgers set a record, I forgot who holds it. I think the Mariners won 100 and
116 and 36. No,
yeah,
116 and
46.
46, yeah. And I think
46.
they lost in the first round. So
They
that
did
really
lose in
didn't
the
matter.
first.
Yep. It
Yeah.
starts all in the playoffs.
Well, if there were a team that I would say would come close to that, it would probably be the Dodgers.
Yeah.
They'll
And the
probably win.
Astros in the AL?
The Astros still, yeah, they'll be better. Yeah, they
Yeah.
came on last year. We saw they're still very talented. Springer's gone now, so and I don't think Verlander retired, injured. I haven't
No,
kept up.
I think he got Tommy John in June. So he might
Yeah.
be out for the year.
So they'll
Maybe
have
come back in September.
who are the pitchers they had? Valdez is very good.
Mm-hmm.
Greinke can pitch.
Grinky, yeah.
Urquidy. I'm trying to
Yeah.
remember the names now.
Mhm.
Yeah, they'll be good. Oakland, is always tough.
Yep.
Not bothering the Angels. Chicago, the White Sox I think will be very good, very good. But I would put the White Sox ahead of the Yankees at this point if I'm looking at it. But
Mm.
no, we're right there. We're right there at the top.
How about
People can.
mhm.
Right, we're right there.
What if Adamas has a big year? Someone said that Adamas is gonna have a big year, and then they're gonna trade him and then bring up Wander Franco.
If he's having a good year, they won't trade him during the year. They'll trade him after the year.
Yeah.
They're not going to trade a guy having a great year during the season.
Oh
Uh,
yeah. Oh yeah. That's what I meant.
but
After
after
the year.
after the year, yeah, they'll trade him. Yeah, he bounces back at the plate because that was tough to watch in the playoffs. He really struggled.
Yeah.
That was difficult to watch. He's better than that, and he
Yeah.
knows it. He's better than that, capable of better. So didn't hurt his defense at all. But
And he
I
made I
think
think 3 to 4
Meadows is going to have a big bounce back here. I'm very confident in that. I saw his Instagram and I saw him. He's in great shape now.
Yeah.
Um,
And Rosarena,
that's Rosarena, Meadows. We'll see what Margot.
Phillips.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Margot. It's an underrated lineup. People think, well, it's the raid. No, we actually have a good lineup. We'll see what we get from the new catcher Mejia. I'll be interested to see.
Mhm.
But no, I think our lineup's a little underrated. Hopefully they can cut down on the strikeouts a bit. That's really the key. And you need Yandy Diaz back in there. He doesn't strike out often. You need Meadows back to where he
Brandon,
was, and I
Brandon
will.
Lau,
Yeah, a lot.
Tsugo, Choi.
I'm
Um,
interested to see what Chisugo can do with the full season.
Kiermaier,
Uh,
you think he's going to get traded?
uh, Eventually. Not
And
now. I don't.
Arozarena will be our or have Margot in center, and then Arozarena in left, and then since they traded Hunter, maybe have Tsugo in the outfield, maybe.
Sasugo, or you got a Rosarena. You still Meadows can play. I know they like. I'm not crazy about Meadows defensively, but he can play the outfield well
They
enough.
got Josh Lowe coming up. He's an outfielder. I heard he can be our center
Josh
fielder.
Lowe.
Yeah.
Josh Lowe can play defense. I think Bruhan can play a couple positions.
Uh,
Um, Kiermaier will get traded. I don't think it's going to happen before the season or during the season, but I think it'll probably be next year. I don't see him
yeah.
being back. I don't see him lasting past 2021. There's just
Hopefully they can get a good package for him.
right now they wouldn't. I don't. They'd be selling low on him. So
Maybe
you're
like
better off.
would we get a major league player back right now?
No, I don't think so. I think you'd have to settle for a mid-tier prospect is what
Yeah,
you'd get.
probably wait. Have him. A decent year. If he has a big year with his bat, it could probably entice them to maybe throw in a high tier prospect or a major league ready outfielder or a pitcher.
Possibly. Possibly. They probably look for a pitcher because they have a logjam in the outfield, so they probably look for a
Yeah.
pitcher. I don't think he's going to return as much as we would like, though. His bat is just not. It's never come around consistently enough,
Mhm.
and he's getting older now, be over 30. So
Yeah.
I mean, I think Jackie Bradley Jr. is the one guy he's still unsigned. I forgot. I think I heard Milwaukee was interested in him.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Um, they're pretty similar. I guess Bradley's never impressed me much as a hitter. I know his numbers are good against everyone else. Never hit well against the Rays,
Yeah,
but he's been a better bat.
especially lefties like Ron Yarbrough and Blake Snell and who's the other lefty? Galarik, he did okay against Galarik. He had pretty good numbers against Bradley.
Oh,
And
Bradley, he could never hit lefties against the. He could never hit any of our pitchers really.
yeah,
His average against the Rays is terrible. Everybody else he did all right against. The Rays always knew how to pitch him.
he had one game
So
where he had like two hits, but that's pretty much it. They kept him in check. But
he didn't scare me. Benintendi got traded. I know that.
to the Royals,
He's
yeah.
gone. Royals. So I mean, yeah, the Red
But
Sox, they'll be like I said, they're a 500 team, maybe. I don't.
uh,
Yeah, that's about what they're at. But I know that these sites are going to say that they're going to be a playoff team or a contender. They're not in. They're not in the same. I'm not even putting them in the same breath as us, man. They're not. I mean,
who? Red Sox?
no, they're not even in the. They'll be in
No.
fourth place a large margin. I'm
They'll
telling
be
you right now.
they'll be lucky to win. What do you think? 70 games, 71 and or 500.
Yeah, yeah, I'll give them between 71 to 70. They might be able to scratch out maybe 78 wins. Maybe they'll be better than last year,
Yep.
but I don't see them being a playoff contender. But I think Fangraphs has them. They're over under at what 80 something games. I think it's
78, I think.
something.
Yeah.
I think I saw someone had a higher percentage chance than us at making the playoffs. That's fine if they want to think that.
Yeah.
Most of us are smarter. But yeah, I don't. They got the guy they got for Betts is a good player whose name is eluding me now. I can't think of the guy's name. The
Who?
guy with the strong arm and all the tattoo. I can't think of his
Oh,
name now. It's gonna drive me
Brutus
crazy.
Gratterall, the guy that throws like 100.
No, not the pitcher, the outfielder. What is his name? What the heck is his name? The Oh man. It's gonna drive me crazy now. I cannot think of his name. The guy they got from the Dodgers in the Mookie Betts deal.
Oh, Jock Peterson.
No,
Oh,
no, not
Verdugo, Alex
Verdugo.
Verdugo.
Yeah, yeah, Verdugo's a good player.
Yeah,
He's a good player. He can hit. He hit not a great hitter from what I've seen, but he's a great defensive player. But
he's still young.
He's not Mookie Betts. He'll never be Mookie Betts. But no,
All right.
he's yeah.
I know you're tired. Anything else you want to add?
No, that's it, man. It was a pleasure chatting with you as always. I hope you have a great night, and we will talk soon. And it's almost baseball season.
Yeah.
All right, take care, Eric. Have a great night.
You too. Have a good night.
Thanks, man. Bye.
All right. Thanks, Andy, for coming on. Let's see if I can get anyone. Okay, I'll be right back, guys. I am gonna if this ends, I'm gonna have to start another one. All right. All right. It's getting pretty late, guys. I had to block someone. I don't know how they got the link. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna try. I was gonna try to get more than one person in here, but um, I'm gonna try to get another Bucks fan in here. Let's see. I give it a few minutes. It's gonna be hard at this time of night. I thought about going live earlier. Um, but yeah, let's I will be right back, guys. Let's see. If not, then I'm just gonna end the stream. We were just actually I titled it Bucks Talk Super Bowl offseason, I think, and it turned into a little bit of the Rays. You know, talking about the Lightning maybe allowing fans in March. You know, baseball season is almost here, so we will find out. All right, guys. I think we're gonna end it. Thank you, Andy, again for coming on. It was fun. Um, we'll have to talk about when free agency gets started. It's gonna be a fun ride, guys. Have a good night.